Okay, what is up, people? It's the 16th of November as I'm filming this. Just taking a look at my inventory as I have gotten so far. Haven't been making any videos lately just because I've been on my work for a long time and I've not really taken much effort to actually look into how I was gonna improve my channel. But anyways, um, as per the current update that is as of this moment is that this is my inventory. It's not exactly the most flattering. um, I know my room's a mess, but I'm just showing you the inventories that I have so far, and shocking to see that I have spent about 11,000 ringgit worth of all these items. Now, it's not a lot of money in different currencies. It's about 2,000 pounds, if I must say. So, if we're looking at this aspect where we're making apples to apples, 11,000 bucks is pretty damn a lot of money. You can do a lot of things here. So, as for this update so far, I'm not really looking into relinquishing into any of these things except those sealed ones. I can't really tell if we're gonna have any value going up for this ones because that's going for about 400 bucks on retail at the moment. It's a bit ridiculous to actually have a hiked up price for retail, but that is what it's going to be because it's Charizard, it's Champion's Path. You want the shiny V and the friggin' V Max in there, so that's going for a hell lot of like an initial investment per se. I heard there's gonna be reprints coming out soon, and we're gonna get them much cheaper. So I just bought one box just for, I suppose, investment purposes because Pokemon's pretty much inflated at this point, and it's yeah, it's more of like a hefty investment for a start per se. This Vivid Voltage has a pretty big amount of cards in there that are either useful or collectible. So I just decided to buy one because if you have seen my last video, I had an Unbroken Bonds booster box that I bought for like 95 92 pounds when I was in the UK. That's about 500 ringgits, and subsequently then sold for 900. So we're gonna see how long this takes to actually flip because I had about the Unbroken Bonds for about a year and it skyrocketed up in on eBay up to like 1,200 ringgits, and I sold it for 900 because I was just trying to make a fair margin for myself. I'm thinking of it as an investment point of view. So these sealed products are really just investment purposes. We got that one in the back for 100 and this one for 160. So we're gonna see in a matter of time how these things inflate because with the current movement control order going on, it's likelihood that these things are taking a big hit. And as you guys know, that Logan Paul its own has his own thing with Pokemon as of this moment. So that pretty much jacked up the price for Pokemon card because I just sold an Rocket's Articuno EX, which I've bought for 200 ringgits, which I eventually sold it for 700, even though the so-called market price at the moment based off the Troll and Toad was like 900 bucks. So yeah, that's quite of a big thing. It's allocated me a lot of money to buy into my own collectibles. Some of these things have hiked up in price ever since I bought them. So 11,000 worth. If you're wondering how does this even look remotely does how does this even look remotely 11,000 is because this bunch of treasure in here is freaking worth 4,000 bucks. They are my price possessions, at least some of them. I'm looking to relinquish some of these because you know I have to make something, right, to be able to continue buying more, or actually making an investment out of this. The ones in the bottoms are all Charizards and stuff, so it's gonna be a little bit hard to get off my hand. However, I'm just gonna leave that there because um, at the moment now, things are on the rise. So I'll be making a video on a time lapse on when I sell these things. It's gonna be a time lapse of when I bought some of these for like this, for example, was 50 bucks, 50 ringgits when I bought them. So as for the inflated price at the moment, it's going for 120. Don't know if we can actually get 120, but there is a likelihood for anything, right? So just random things on the side. Hidden Face just got a reprint, so that isn't gonna look much good at the moment. That bad boy at some point has went up to like 1,200 ringgits and subsequently fell to 700, but that's okay because Hidden Fates is the set, and eventually when this becomes a memorabilia, it's gonna go even higher. So I'm just gonna keep that as my own gem instead of rather selling that. uh, Having a tough time out of this Sky Legends booster box because it's Japanese and there's huge supply everywhere. That over there is a Darkness Ablaze, which I've bought for 80 ringgits. Uh, you'll never know because this build and battle stuff, they get taken out, and eventually it's gonna rise, right? Got my little jackers over there. So just gonna open up a little bit on what I've just bought recently on the Vivid Voltage promos. 550 ringgits for this freaking 4 cards. So there's gonna be a bunch of things in here that I would eventually be relinquishing. Um, but as for the Vivid Voltage at this moment, I think it's pretty much a solid investment for me. 550 bucks though. Um, I don't really know what to say about that, but it is confirmed that in Malaysia at this moment, we're not gonna get any of these tournaments ongoing, so we're not gonna get any of the build and battle for Vivid Voltage. So this is all what it is at the moment right now. 11,000 bucks worth. I have only taken the liberty to count those that I actually bought off the singles market, because I can't put a price on those that I've opened up in booster packs. I don't really open much, but some point I do, and I hit some minor jackpots. I haven't hit any of this per se. This is 2,000 bucks worth. So it was 2,000 bucks worth at the time, as in 2,000 ringgits. And then right now, you can't even get any of this like in a whole set for 2,000, right? It's all inflated up to, I think, at least 3 to 4,000 at this moment. And the secret rare Charizard I got was this is a light plate version. It's not the cleanest at the moment. You can't really see, the front's pretty good, but the back has a little bit of widening. However, this bad boy is pretty much raised up to like, I would say 240, wait, sorry, what am I saying? Like almost 400 bucks right now. Just that I got this off for 260, so I think it's more or less a fair price. So this behind right here, Rebel Clashes things, they aren't actually I mean, they're still in the market, still in supply. So but eventually, with this Pikachu card in the middle, and when this thing depletes, I think it's gonna appreciate in value. So at this moment in time where we invest in Pokemon, you really kind of want to look for the iconic Pokemons that are shown right in the front, like this Chunky Chew or Charizards and all that. You can see I'm pretty much Charizard biased because that's where the money is. All right, so I'm not totally just doing this for the money. I'm also doing this as a hobby, but I want to make this sustainable for me because come on, man, I've just started work this year, and 11,000 bucks is pretty heavy going. So Some of you might think of me as a maniac, but I like to, it keeps me going in a way of life. So that's it for an update at the moment. And yeah, until the next video on how we're gonna sell some of these things. Peace.